Okay, let's take a look at countdown 3 weeks. Number 1 says the Z-Dog Company is conducting a survey to help design its new tablet, the Z6. The Z6 is designed for commuters who travel long distances to school or work each day. Circle the correct units for each question in Z-Dog's survey. Okay, so they're making like a new iPad, right? For people that travel to and from work or school and it takes a long time. So what approximate length? How long should this tablet be, right? Or what approximate length? Would we measure it in millimeters? Millimeters are really teeny, like that. Centimeters, like this. Meters, which is like 3 or 4 squares on the floor. Or kilometers, which is more closer to a mile. Well, centimeters would be the best measurement. Then what exact width? So how wide should it be? Millimeters, centimeters, meters, or kilometers? We would want millimeters because we would want it pretty skinny, right? Think of the width of, your Chromebook or your phone, right? It's just, we would measure that in millimeters. And how far do you travel to work or school? Well, kilometers would be like miles, about approximate equivalent to that. So that's how we would measure it. And what distance from your desk to the nearest electrical outlet? Well, that would be a few squares across the floor, which would be meters. Number 2 says Jillian deposited a total of $120 in the bank over 3 days. Part A. On Tuesday, Jillian deposited 2/5 of that total. How much did she deposit on Tuesday? So we need to know 2/5 of 120, which we would find by saying 2/5 times 120. Remember, guys, this would be like multiplying fractions, right? So 120 is really 120 whole dollars, okay? So we would say 2 times 120. And when we multiply that, we get 240. And then 5 times 1 is 5. Then we can divide 240 divided by 5. So how many 5s go into 2? None. How many go into 24? 5, 10, 15, 20. So we would have 4. 4 times 5 is 20. 24. Take away 20 is 4. Bring down the 0. Repeat. How many 5s into a 40? 8. We put that in our answer. 8 times 5 is 40. Subtract and we get nothing. So how much did she deposit on Tuesday? $48. Then on Wednesday, she deposited half of the total. How much did Jillian deposit? So we need half of 120. Remember, half is 1/2. So that would be 1/2 times 120, which would be the same as 120 over 2. So what's 120 divided by 2? Well, 2 goes into 1 0 times, goes into 12 6 times, because 6 times 2 is 12. We subtract, get a 0, bring down a 0, repeat. 2 goes into 0 0 times. 0 times 2 is 0. Subtract and we have nothing left. So my total for Wednesday is $60. Then on Thursday, she deposited the rest of the money. So how much did she deposit on Thursday? Well, we have to take these two parts and subtract them from 120. So we could do 120 minus 48 minus 60. Or we could say, and that will get our total, or we could say 48 plus 60, which is 108, and then take 120 minus 108. And if we get 120 minus 108, we have to regroup, right? So my 2 becomes a 1, my 0 becomes a 10. 10 take away 8 is 2, 1 take away 0 is 1, and she would have $12 left to deposit then on Thursday. Okay, Let's flip it over. Let's look at the back side. It says Nina wants to hang this picture so that the amount of space on each side of the picture is the same. How far from the end of the wall should Nina hang the picture? It tells us that the wall is 3 meters and the picture is 112 centimeters. So we want to know how much space on each side of the picture should there be. Well, 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 3 meters is 300 centimeters. But the picture is 112. So let's take 300 minus 112. We're going to get 2 of these question marks, right? Because 2 parts together would give us our missing amount. So what's 300 minus 112? We have to regroup with zeros, right? I can't do 0 take away 2 or 0 take away 1. So 3, I'm going to regroup from, make the 3 a 2, and my 0 next door a 10. I still can't do 0 take away 2, so I'm going to make my 10 a 9, and put that group of 10 over here on the 0. Now 10 take away 2 is 8. 9 take away 1 is 8. 2 take away 1 is 1. So we have 188 is going to be equal to 2 of these question marks, right? So I need to know what is 188 divided by 2. And that's going to give me one of these parts. So let's do some long division. 188 divided by 2. Well, 2 can't go into 1, but it can go into 18 9 times. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 take away 18 is 0. Bring down my 8 and repeat. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 take away 8 is 0. So 1 question mark should be equal to 94 centimeters. So it says, how far from the end of the wall should she hang the picture? Well, she's going to come in 94 centimeters and 94 centimeters on each part. Okay. Let's take a look at number 4. It says, which of the following is equivalent to 2 and 4 hundredths liters? Select all that apply. Okay. Well, remember, guys, 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. Okay. So we're going to need to kind of figure this out. Okay. So 2 and 4 hundredths liters. Okay. If I take 2 and 4 hundredths and I multiply it by 1,000 to find my total milliliters, I can still take 204 times 1 and I get a 204. And then I get to put on these 3 extra zeros. But take a look. Multiplying decimals is a little weird because I have 2 numbers that come after my decimal. So I need those 2 numbers after my decimal in my answer. So this 2040, which is 2040, is really how many milliliters that is. Well, I see that's my last choice. Okay. So that would really be equal to, if 1 liter, so I have my last choice, 2040 milliliters. But let's see what else this could be equal to. If 1,000 milliliters is 1, I really have 2,000 milliliters, which is 2 liters, plus an extra 40 milliliters. So do I have something that's 2 liters plus 40 milliliters? Ooh, right here, this one, 2 liters and 40 milliliters. That would be the same. Then, does 2 liters and 4 milliliters make sense? No, because it should be 40. And 204 milliliters, would that be the same? No, because it's 2040. So my last 2 choices are what makes sense. Number 5 says, the quotient of 350 divided by 10 is equal to what number divided by 100? So, let's see here. 350 divided by 10 would be like 350 tenths. So I need to know, what could I divide by 1,000? Well, remember how we find equivalent fractions? This is a way to find an equivalent fraction, right? 350 divided by 10 is a fraction, 350 tenths, right? So what thousandths? Well, to get from 10 to 1,000, I'm going to actually multiply by 100 because I need those 3 zeros, right? 1 times 1 is 1, and then I tack on those 3 zeros. So what if I take 350 times 100? Let's see, what is 350 times 100? Well, take a look. I have 350 times 1, or 35 times 1 is 35, and I get to tack on 3 zeros. So, what number divided by 1,000? It would be 35,000, right? Because 35,000 divided by 1,000 is really 35. 350 divided by 10 is still 35.